Adam, Adam, Adam. You know, it's funny because I've seen videos of this brother on YouTube, and I really thought he makes some good content. But if there's one negative thing I have to say about this guy, is he is 100% beta. He is 100% simp for allowing his whore of a wife to do one corn scene with a black man with the size of a Slim Jim. Pause. What I find really interesting is that his wife tweeted that it would have been disrespectful if she kept the ring on while she's doing a corn scene with the corn star. You see, fellas, this is the reason why marriage in America is at an all-time low, because in most cases, when it comes to the corn industry or the sex industry for that matter, if you're a married woman or if you're a married man, I feel like people have been getting away with so much nowadays, because it just seems like no matter when it comes to certain topics like this, whether it's whether it's about OnlyFans or doing corn or the sex industry for that matter, they could just do whatever they want, and then they expect you to take them seriously when they do stuff like that. That's not what marriage is supposed to be. Marriage is supposed to be between two people. Even if you're in a committed marriage, in a relationship, it has to be about two of you, like this. Because if you're having an open relationship, it's a red flag. You're going around sleeping with a bunch of people, and then you're coming back to sleep with each other. That's a beta move right there, and that is not what relationships supposed to be. If they choose to do it, so be it, but I'm against it one bit, because I feel like if you're going into an open relationship, that means that you're cheating on each other. I am not a big fan of that one bit. And so for Adam, I feel like he pretty much dropped the ball on this, because for allowing his wife to do corn, knowing that she's been doing it for God knows how long. And they got married for over a few months now. I believe is 6 months. 6 months into the marriage. Or 6 years. I don't know how long they've been together, but they had a daughter together. So I'm more concerned about the child, because if the child ends up finding out about what both of her parents are doing, because I'm calling Adam out on this as well, because Adam is also a corn star, which means that he has sex with his wife. And there's Twitter videos on our page that I cannot show you on YouTube, because I don't want to get my channel taken out because of it. I'm just telling you of what goes on our page. It's basically her and her husband doing it on camera. And Adam, for the most part, we know that he sleeps with a lot of corn stars. And even though corn is 100% fake, so that tells me everything I need to know about simps like him. Because Adam is not a man. If he was really a man, he would have had a backbone and tell her, no, you cannot do corn while you're married, while you're in a relationship. Because if he was really a man, he would have set boundaries. But he didn't do that. And you see, this is why I'm calling out both men and women, because they both are trips. I mean, both of them are on a trip, basically. Especially guys, Adam 22, Destiny, Sneeko, all the, I guess, blue pill, red pill people that'll do anything to get with a girl without looking at the reality of the situation. They may have some good points, but the majority of them are just being stuck up stupid of what's coming out of their mouths. Every last so-called red pill content creators I've seen on YouTube have been nothing but hypocritical. Even Dr. Umar Johnson is the worst. A wannabe pro-black activist. And like 2 years ago when he was talking to a white girl trying to find directions. And yet he never even had babies. He never had kids. He never even ever slept with a woman. And yet he wants to help black couples and black families stay together. And yet you go on the internet and you say one of the dumbest things. And plus he's a scam artist as well. It's even worse when people hit on Andrew Tate for some of the stuff that he's saying, even though he was being fake, with being, well, he was trolling. Most of the stuff he's been saying has been nothing but facts. And yet people still give him crap for it. They call him a misogynist and don't even know what the word is. So I will advise people to just go to Google, look up the definition of the word misogynist, misogyny, before ever coming out of your mouth saying all of that to a guy that spreads the truth about reality. And I'm surprised I didn't hear women say anything about misandry, about hating on men. And yet we're the ones getting in trouble for talking about women. Even though we don't hate them, we love them, but we just tell them the truth. That's the beauty of telling the truth. All facts. But Adam, I feel like he took the biggest L of his life. Him and his wife. But the person who I really feel sorry for is their daughter. Their child is going to end up growing up, and as soon as they pick up their phone or go on the computer and look up their names, they're going to find out what they're really about. And as soon as they find out, then what? You expect people to take y'all seriously if you're doing that behind the scenes. And yet you have a nerve to have a podcast on YouTube. And you are one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever seen. Him and his wife. It's just as worse as Aisha Curry when she was on The Real, when these half-naked men coming out with, I guess, champagne or whatever. Aisha was pretty much ready to risk it all by taking her ring off and try to get all frisky with the men, knowing that she's married. And if you notice, everybody was trying to stop her. And she wants to be a 304. She wants to be a streetwalker. She wants to be one of those women that do whatever they want because it's quote-unquote empowerment, right? The same reason why they do porn in the first place, because it's empowering. Them doing OnlyFans, them stripping naked online. And then a couple days later, and a couple weeks later, a month later, they're going to end up regretting the decision. Well, too late. You made your bed, and now you have to lay in it. As for Adam, I don't feel sorry for him. Because if he was a man, he would have told her, don't do that. But at the same time, how could I take a man like that seriously when he's the biggest hypocrite, him and his wife? No, Adam is the biggest hypocrite because he's a porn star too. Because if my wife did that, I would have divorced her. Like, number one, you are a married woman. You are married to me. You are married to a man. You can't sit there and tell me that I'm being insecure, do what you want to do. No. Don't call me insecure when I'm married, when I have fear of being cheated on. I swear, these modern women are so ridiculous with their logic. It's even worse when they go on a podcast and they try to convince men to accept them for their bad choices. Why should we? Have you ever heard of accountability? No, you haven't. So, like I said, Adam, You took the L. You are a failure of a husband. Your wife is a failure of a wife. She's a corn store now. She's been doing it before she was about to do her first scene with the black guy. And you are 100% a hypocrite. That's all I gotta say.